Hi folks, morning. Right, 20 inches by 16 board, rubbed down, primed with a good coat of gesso, titanium white gesso. It's got a slightly rough, toothy surface, which is good. Right, I'm just going to make up another landscape based on previous meadows that I've painted. I love doing meadows. Now my main brushes are a bit wet. They haven't dried from yesterday, but I cleaned them. I just dipped them in some washing powder that's very strong, that's diluted with some warm water. I just leave them standing for a couple of hours or so, and all the oil just seems to come off them. Oh, lovely, beautiful. So no need to use all the horrible white spirit, paraffin or kerosene, turpentine, which is pretty toxic. I hate it. That's why I stopped painting oils for a long time, because of that and the COPD. I think over my long career as I had my own business as a carpet fitter, and I breathed in a lot of carpet dust over 40 years, and with the terps and all the fluids I used in the 90s when I was painting a lot of Venice paintings in oil for a gallery, probably it was the best year I've ever had. But I don't paint Venice now, I can't be bothered. It was painting by numbers in the end. And I've sort of got into this way of painting the oils. They're easier than you think, because once you start, and if you just let your mind just go and just change as you go, instead of trying to copy something that you know, from a photograph or something, work it out for yourself and just see where the brush goes. I've got a palette here which has got quite a few colours on it now. I won't use them all, but I've got cadmium yellow, light green, yellow ochre, cadmium red, ultramarine, burnt sienna, Payne's grey, burnt umber, I don't know what that, sap green, and some viridian. I've just added them as I go because I like to keep the oils going till the next day and beyond. I cover them with a bit of shrink wrap, cling film. To us in the UK, cling film, it's horrible stuff to pull off the roll. This is quite a thin one, well, they're all thin. But it's very, very useful. You just cover it and it keeps it airtight overnight, and then it's workable the next day. So I'm going to put some sort of sky in, and I'm using some linseed oil mixed with some dryer. So I have a bit of blue, bit of Payne's grey. And just go for it. Probably a bit thin. Just a bit of Payne's grey and ultramarine. I tend to keep my blues ultramarine. I mainly use ultramarine. Somehow this is going to turn into a meadow, and if you're a bit patient, we'll see how it goes. Let's just thicken that up a bit. But I want one of these dramatic skies that you can get with this way of painting, this blending. Right, let's clean that brush now on my cloth. Where's my cloth? I've lost my cloth. Oh, would you believe it? It was on my lap. No, it ain't. Right, I'll find another bit. I don't know where that's gone. It was sitting on my lap. Oh well. So just pull your brush gently, fairly gently, or slightly abrasively, through your toweling and it'll take most of the oil off. So I'm going a bit of white and a bit of ultra. There's all a bit of blue in there, a bit of sky blue. You can use whatever blue you want. I'm just dropping in some of this. Oh, a bit wobbly here. That's better. Okay, clean off. You can try walnut oil. That's a very good mixer with the alkyd resin, and you can dilute it with some. Well, you can dilute some of this fast dry medium with walnut oil. Walnut oil is quite clear, and it's very cheap. I buy it from the supermarket. I just want to thicken that up a little bit. It's just a little bit too thin. Okay, clean. Now, want to get some light in there now, so I'm going to use another brush. These are good quality Pro Art varnish brushes. That's the 1-inch one, but I bought these cheap ones on Monday. Big pack of about 16 of them, different colours. Once you worry the loose hairs out of them, they're very good for texture and for blending, rather than using this very nice 3-inch hake, which I've never used for watercolour painting. I'm sorry that I'm not doing watercolours at the moment, but I'm so on fire with the oils and the possibilities that I'm really discovering even after all these years of using. I mean, I used oil without using much oil, just to do the Venetians and more detailed stuff, but I've gone right off of detail. As said, that we're creating the illusion of detail by just this sort of abstract way of painting. We've got to have some nice light in this. I really want the light to sort of come down. Where should I put it? Put it in here. Bit of red, bit of yellow. Lift out the hairs while you go. Looks a right mess at the moment, doesn't it? Right, let's just let that go off a bit and carry on with a bit of meadowy colour. Or a bit of background. Let's have a bit of background. Just a bit of blue in the background here. Okay. This will all come together when I start blending. Right, now we want some meadow colour, so a little bit of burnt sienna, a bit of ochre, plenty of oil, some dark. Let's get some dark. Let's get some umber in there. Got to use the oil. Okay. What about, I've got to put some trees going up in here, or I might go that side with the sort of biggie trees because trying to show them against a darker background would be a bit formidable. Right, let's try this brush. Right, just worried a bit just to get any hairs out and the loose ones. And just gently. And as you go, this will go a bit tacky, and you can add bits of light to it, bits of colour. So don't worry about your brushes and cleaning them. You just leave them in the old liquid, and by magic, all the oil falls off. It's true. Would I lie? There are some hairs coming out of this, but it doesn't matter. I've got about 3 or 4 of these in the pack. They're wonderful for texture. So let's just gently waft over it. That's a bit like a ball, isn't it? So we'll change that. We'll add a bit more of that blue and Payne's grey. Right, we want some of that nice light and that back in there. So this is all going in just to add to the blending. I had a lovely comment on Facebook this morning from my friend Keith Evans. He's apologise for sort of nicking my style, but there's nothing new in this. It's been centuries old. I'm sure they used to use cloth to lift out before expensive paper. Now it's all cheap because of the way we can manufacture. Okay, let's get a bit of dark here. Payne's grey, ultra, bit of oil. Want that a bit heavier over the top. Right, let's put in a bit of a texture in the foreground now. Use that brush, take some of the hairs out. Oh, I've got to drink my tea. I've lost it. Ah, there it is. I'm not wiping out here so much as blending. What we're doing here is trying to make a painting, something that people will like and engage with, rather than a statement of, oh, this is it, this is actually there, it's got to go in. We must put it in. Well, you don't need to put it in. So I want to get some nice, try this light, catching some sun here. Ooh, look. That's a big one. Has it gone low? Meadow. Now as this dries, we'll just keep going, because we're going to go over this with the blender and gradually work towards a heavier finish. So have a bit of I want to put a bit of light across there, so I'll put a bit of now that's all going to be blended. Let's get a little bit of a light in here. Now I'm going to put in some darker, so we'll use let's have a bit of blue and red. And I've just put it in, and we can, quite a bit of green in this if I remember, because I want to put in little poppies and things. Just ultramarine and red. There's loads of oil on there, so you don't need too much on your brush. Right, let's get blending. Oh, there. We're motoring now. Just soften it, because we can go back over it. I'm just trying to create a background. But it's just fun with the oil, with loads of oil. Okay. Listening to the news on Talk Radio at the moment with Mike Graham, he's one of my favourites. They're talking about the Extinction Rebellion, but the only thing I'm interested in is the Extension Rebellion. Two these protesters were on an underground train line that jumped on the roof, and the commuters turned on them. Oh, come on, we're all aware of the environment. That's I mean, us artists, we paint the environment, don't we? Or our version of it. Look. Oh, yes. Once we've put this blending idea in, clean the brush, just gently touch with these brushes. These brushes, go down to Hobbycraft and buy a packet, £8.50 for about 16 of these lovely brushes that are no good for detail, well, actual detail, but they're great for creating an impression of detail. Let's take some of these hairs off. Okay, now we've got a sky there. Could put a bit on there because that's all. The oil is sort of bubbling there a little bit. We could have some paint on it. Right, we've been going for 23 minutes, so we've got 33 to go before the video will shut down. So we've got to crack on. Right, so we'll put in some green. Let's have a darkish green. Let's have a bit of cad red and a bit of the old sap green. Now I'm only using student quality paint here, and I'm quite happy with it. Okay, let's get a little bit of blue in there now. We'll have a little bit of this on the horizon. Right, let's get some darker. I'm going. If I put some light in there, I can get some reflecting on the or lightening up the edges of that tree. So let's do that. Let's. Well, I'll just throw my cloth away so it's saturated now. Got another bit. Tea. Must drink me tea. I'll let that dry for a bit. I'll get my brush, my little hairy brush, and put in a bit of oh, okay, that's all right. Let's get something on that horizon there. So let's have a bit of ochre and a bit of yellow and a bit of white. So I'm putting some detail back now. Look, this is totally unrealistic, but it's sort of abstract, isn't it, in its own way? But I need a bit of shadow in this lot, which I will put in. I'll put it under that tree. So it's just a bit of red and a bit of blue. Right, let's get a little bit of light and a bit of that. Sun's coming through now. I might have to pull my blind down a little bit. Right, I need something to balance on that side, but not to compete with that. So we'll have a bit of yellow. bit of blue, that's right, okay, clean the brush. And a bit of light on that horizon now. Right, I'm going to do a bit of wafting now. Let that dry off a bit. Get my wafting brush. Gently. Oh, I think that's quite alright, actually. Darken around there. Breaking the clouds that it's supposed to be, I've decided. Okay, that'll do. Working with a hairy brush like that, you can do lovely fine work with it. Right, I need to do some more on the foreground now. Then we'll put a bit of something up there. Well, let's do that now. No, don't need that. Bury those got the shadow there. Now we've got quite a bit of cloud shadow there. I sometimes forget to put it in. So we'll just put this area darker. I'll blend that. So if you want light to show, you've got to put it against dark. I think I've messed it up really. So having said that, we'll just go in with some bit of Payne's grey there and a bit of yellow. A nice green. Payne's grey and some of that cad yellow. Nice green. Okay. Right, let's have some fun with the cad red. Cad red. Red's always good against the green. It's a complementary colour. I've got to take another picture out of frame to show this one. I think that's quite alright actually. Need some of that dark greeny colour, I think. On that horizon, bit of darker green in there. Make that a bit bigger. Turn that one off. All these grasses, all lads, are just this lovely little brush. Push, pull, dab. Right, and now with a knife, we'll a bit of dark green. think that can be a bit too obvious when you nail it out like that. So I haven't used any tissue in this one. Put in some teasels, whatever you could call them. A bit of sienna, burnt sienna. Okay, I'll put that in a frame, so bear with me while I take one out, put one in. Well, right, okay, pliers. Talk among yourselves. My poor old frames, I use them over and over and over and over again to photograph in and show them, and they get a bit dirty. Then I have to give them another coat of acrylic white or black. I think black would be a better colour for some of these. Oh, careful, don't get the sleeve. Right, hammer, pins. Nearly there, two more. Okay, there we are. One painting. I'll move the camera back so that you can see the whole lot and get it all in the centre there. Oh, there we are. We've got a nice meadow scene with the old blending technique. Probably it's quite hard when it's wet to get a bit of real sparkle there. So I'm going to try like a bit of cad yellow. Not quite. Probably a darker yellow would be better for that. But anyway, well this is the fiddling stage, isn't it? Change that. That here needs to be darker to show it just behind the cloud. It's a bit white. How's that? Put a bit of a Payne's grey in that blue. Gently bleed that out. Alright. I can hear you saying, leave it alone. And you might think it's a load of rubbish. But it just goes to show that you can create a painting in a short while with a lot in it. Apparently there's a lot in it, but there isn't. It's all this is texture. An impression of just a few strokes, and your brain will fill in the details. It's a bit difficult to try to put in more branches in there with it so wet, but you can always work on them when they're dry. With this one it'll probably be dry in a day or so. So I'm using quite a bit of linseed oil and not so much alkyd resin. I think it's alkyd resin and drier anyway. Well, I hope you enjoyed that, folks. I'll get this uploaded. See you soon. Goodbye.